Imagine being told your dream is impossible, not because you aren't working hard, not because you don't care enough, but because of something you can never change: your height. In volleyball, height is everything. The tallest players dominate the court. They spike higher, block stronger, reach farther. And then there was one boy who stood barely above the net. A boy everyone underestimated, a boy who refused to believe that size determined destiny. This is the story of Shoyo Hinata, the boy who refused to stay small. Hinata wasn't born gifted. He wasn't a prodigy. He wasn't even on a strong volleyball team. In fact, his school barely had enough players to form a team at all. But one day, everything changed. While watching television, Hinata saw a player who looked nothing like the giants dominating the court. That player was known as the Little Giant. He wasn't the tallest, he wasn't the strongest, yet somehow he soared through the air. For the first time, Hinata saw someone who looked like him, and in that moment, a dream was born. Dreams are easy, reality is harder. After years of practicing with almost no teammates, Hinata finally entered an official tournament. He was excited, determined, ready to prove himself. Instead, he was crushed. Standing across the net was a genius setter named Tobio Kageyama. The match wasn't close. Hinata's team was completely overwhelmed. The dream he'd spent years chasing seemed farther away than ever. But while others would have accepted defeat, Hinata made a promise. One day he would beat Kageyama. Life has a strange sense of humor. When Hinata entered Karasuno High School, he discovered something unbelievable. Kageyama was there too. The rival he swore to defeat was now his teammate. At first, they clashed constantly. Their personalities couldn't have been more different, but together they created something special. Kageyama's precision, Hinata's speed. The result was an attack unlike anything opponents had ever seen. For the first time, Hinata wasn't trying to survive on the court, he was becoming a threat. But success brought a new problem. Everyone around Hinata was improving. Players were becoming stronger, smarter, more skilled, and deep down, Hinata feared something. What if effort wasn't enough? What if he simply lacked the talent everyone else possessed? For a while, that fear followed him everywhere, because no matter how hard he worked, he was still the shortest player on the court. Then came the lesson that changed everything. Hinata realized that volleyball wasn't just about jumping high. It wasn't just about athletic ability. The best players understood the game itself. They observed, learned, adapted. So instead of complaining about what he lacked, Hinata became a student of volleyball. He studied every movement, every strategy, every opportunity to improve. Little by little, the gap began to close. Most people think Hinata's story is about volleyball. It's not. It's about refusing to let the world define you. Every obstacle told him he was too short, too inexperienced, too ordinary. Yet every time someone told him what he couldn't do, he worked harder, jumped higher, dreamed bigger. Because Hinata understood something many people never learn. Limitations only matter if you accept them. Shoyo Hinata never became taller overnight. He never gained magical powers. He never received special treatment. What he did was far more difficult. He refused to quit. In a sport built for giants, he found a way to fly. And that's why his story resonates with so many people, because deep down, everyone has something the world says they can't do. And Hinata reminds us that sometimes the biggest victories belong to those who refuse to stay small.